I am Susan, and I'm a patient of North Oaks Heart Health Services. I went to North Oaks Family Medicine just for a routine checkup. I needed to have my blood pressure medicine refilled. While I was there, my doctor felt like because of a history of high blood pressure, I had high cholesterol also. I had a history of heart disease with both parents. No symptoms, but he felt like I should have just a routine stress test to make sure everything was okay. It was a very busy time for me. I was traveling for work quite a bit at the time. So I had a business trip the week before I went in for the stress test. Had the stress test on a Monday morning. I was supposed to be leaving on that Thursday for a cruise. I went in for the stress test, and the nurse practitioner from North Oaks Cardiology Clinic was the one that was doing the stress test. And within 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, she identified some problems. She asked me if I was having any pain. I said no. And so she let me go a few more seconds, and she said, "Are you sure you're not having pain?" And I said, "No, I'm fine." And she said, "You need to get off the machine." So she sat me down and she gave me a nitroglycerin, and she said, "Something doesn't look quite right. I'm gonna call a cardiologist." And she did. She called Dr. Koffler. He was on call. He was in the hospital. Within 30 minutes, he was there. He reviewed the results of the test and felt like we needed to move to an angiogram. So the angiogram was scheduled for that afternoon. After the angiogram, we were told that they were not able to repair the problem, and we would need to move to the next step, which was open heart surgery. So on Tuesday, I had triple bypass surgery. So that was our experience. No symptoms. It was just a routine stress test, and fortunately, the problem was identified and they were able to correct it. After the surgery, when we met with my doctor, he told my husband and myself that we were very fortunate that my primary care physician sent me for the stress test because the valve was the one that they considered the widowmaker, and I might not have had an opportunity to get care had they not identified the problem. So we feel very blessed. The staff was great in that they started educating us while I was still in the hospital. I had several nurses that came in. They talked with me and my husband. They provided educational material. I met with a dietitian while I was in the hospital, and then again after I was released, they set up an appointment with me. I went through the cardiac rehab program. Darlene and Robin were great. It wasn't just an exercise program. They taught us, how to eat properly, tips on cooking, exercise when you got home. The whole experience has just been wonderful. My family and I are much more appreciative of each other, of the time we have together. Try to spend more quality time together. Don't take each other for granted. And then just from the aspect of the heart disease, we know that we need to eat healthier. We need to exercise more. So, that was definitely a learning and a takeaway from this. The care I received while we were at North Oaks was just absolutely phenomenal. From the day we walked in the door for a routine stress test till the time I was released after open heart surgery, we could not speak more highly of our experience and the care that I was given.